Hello everybody. Can you hear me well? Well, I wanted to say that I prepared a wonderful speech and rehearsed it a lot so I could look good in the conference of the EU Parliament. Speech advocated justice and fairness and mainly addressed moral issues. You can find it in the literature available in this room and in the CD available to you. But I'm not going to read it today. Why not? Because the bureaucratic public beast has shown its color again. Because it has, once again, demonstrated its contempt for truth and democratic debate. Because, my friends from all over the world, this is not to be a conference turned to finding peaceful coexistence, because peaceful coexistence is not what the health Nazis want. They want their subjugation, humiliation, and the utter elimination of our way of life. All that for our own good, and no tyrant has ever spoken different words. This, my friends, must be a conference of war. Why? Let me quote you from the seminar entitled "The Role of Article 5.3 of the WHO Framework Convention on Tobacco Control in Protecting Public Policy from Tobacco Industry Influence, Annex 2. Here, held in the very building that we, the little people, who pay for that building, were denied the use of. This is from the WHO guidelines for responding to requests made by the tobacco industry to meet with WHO, where it is stated that one of the goals for the tobacco control is to denormalize tobacco use. I quote, "Meetings with representatives of the tobacco industry should be avoided. Where possible, all meetings requests should be denied. WHO staff meeting with the tobacco industry should only take place for the purpose of health-related information exchange and to present to the tobacco industry's WHO policies on tobacco and control and WHO's views on tobacco-related issues." One-way communication. Let it be clear that the pharmaceutical industry is omnipresent at any and all official and unofficial meetings of this kind. In this case, the bureaucrats' guardian angels were Edward Jekyll from Pfizer and Andrew Holmesworth from Novartis. Let me remind you that the tobacco industry is a legal industry that pays a lot of taxes and employs a whole lot of people. Let me also say that the tobacco industry is a cowardly industry that allows the very customers that keep it alive to be chewed by the jaws of the health Nazis, their ideology, and their blatant epidemiological fraud. Needless to say, the tobacco industry's representatives were not present at that meeting. So much for stakeholders' interest and democratic speech. The idea here is to protect the state against industrial corruption. But you never find similar guidelines against the pharmaceutical industry, but especially, let me remind you of this. We are the tobacco industry. You and me. Surprised? Don't be. In the minds of these deranged fanatics, all those who oppose smoking bans, defend the freedom of choice, uphold real science and condemn the epidemiological trash science used to justify suppressions, fight for ethics in science, politics and in the media, advocate peaceful coexistence, civilized behavior and social tolerance, or simply fight for the survival of their businesses are the tobacco industry when it comes to smoking, are the food industry when it comes to eating, are the alcohol industry when it comes to drinking, and the oil industry when it comes to denouncing the global warming hoax. Don't be fooled by these word prestidigitators. Those guidelines don't apply to the tobacco industry. They apply to you, and they apply to anyone who opposes the madness and the fraud of the Überaltists. Those people believe that when it comes to health, real or presumed, democracy, liberty, and freedom of speech simply do not apply. And real and presumed science applies only when it suits their political agenda. If there is one thing that I have learned in my 13 years in this movement, it is that it is useless to dialogue with those who don't want to. Fascists never want to dialogue. The only possible communication is their orders to you. Remember, fascists do not care about your respect. They only care about your obedience. To them, education equals indoctrination. And that's why they are doing to our children in schools with junk science on health and environment what they are actually doing, indoctrinating. These Nazis truly believe that your body belongs to the state and that health is not a private matter.